Yeah, morning, Ted. How be thee this day?
Morning, Eric. I'm all right. How's you? You're down here early.
I couldn't sleep. Such a lovely morning, so I thought I'd come down to my allotment and have me brew down here. Lovely day for a bit of gardening. You're here early, you sen.
Aye, much like you, I thought that I've plenty to do on plots, so I'll make a day of it.
I must say they're looking a tad smart today. More like you're trying to pull a bird, not carrots. Sighted dance is not till 3 months off.
Aye, well, I suppose I may have spruced up a bit. Thought it was time to find myself a partner for dance.
Not greasy Gloria from down Calf. She's far too posh for the likes of thee. I thought the only soft spot you had for her were the couch by the tea urn.
Oh, no, not her. But anyway, you shouldn't call her that. Her name's Sally, and you well know it.
I know. But if it aren't her, then who else? You're hardly spot for choice down these allotments. Unless, no, they're not after that lady who took over Sid Crutchway's plot, that 3 months back.
Well, might be. She's done a lot of work on that plot, and she's a fine-looking woman. Have you seen the size of her begonias?
I'm a legume man, missen.
And she's a pleasant person, is Lydia. She's become very popular at the Boycott and St. Truman Allotment Association. Knows her stuff too. Those pots of Perovsky atriplycifolia have come up a treat.
Ooh, get you with your Lydia and your fancy Latin names. Sounds to me as if there are other things coming up a treat this spring, eh? How's your pulsatia vulgaris these days?
Oh, give over. I just think it's important to show a bit of horticultural education.
Well, you're not the only one with designs on Miss Lydia Begonia's boothby, I'm afraid.
Really? Like who?
Well, Charlie Swithenbank, for starters.
He's happily married.
Aye, but he's also a tattooist.
Eh? Oh, very funny.
Well, I'm afraid you'll have some stiff competition, if you pardon the expression.
Oh, well, go on then, do tell. You?
Indeed. I've already had my hands on her butt.
You what?
Her water butt. She asked me to move it for her.
Oh, you are terrible. But anyway, I can't see her preferring you to me.
Aye, well, let's find out. Here she comes now, pushing that wheelbarrow of manure.
Morning, boys.
Morning, Lydia.
That's fine-looking manure you've got there.
Yes, I'm going to put it on my rhubarb.
There she go down calf. They put custard on it down there.
Oh, ha ha. Been fine Vettel this morning. Been reading Mary Mac's Book of Ancient Jokes again.
Sometimes we can't resist it. It's the humour that keeps us sane.
You two are half a good advert for sanity. Anyhows, what are you both doing here at this time of day? You're not normally early birds. Or in your case, early worms.
Aye, well, you see,
That is we.
was hoping that the early worm would catch the bird.
The thing is, Lydia,
We
we're wondering if we were going to a big summer dance event and needed an escort for the evening.
The other Ford cars are available. And once Eric has driven us there, we can take to dance floor together.
What, you and Eric?
No, me and thee, lass. Me and thee.
I'm confused. Social event. Dance floor.
Surely they've heard of the Boycott and St. Truman Allotment Association Dance Society, or Bastards for short. The big event at year is the Bastards Summer Ball. Me and Ted are keen members.
You two?
Well, quite a few of the allotment holders are, actually. Bastards very popular in winter when we can't get on as plots.
Oh, so that's what Charlie Swithenbank meant when he said you were a couple of bastards.
Aye, possibly.
Yeah, probably.
And here was me thinking you gardeners were the dancing sort.
Oh, yes, we love a good whore down.
And we dig a good paso doble.
Aye, as well as shredding a few moves.
Enough! I get the picture. You two are too much at times. I must admit, I like a good excuse to dress up and trip the light fantastic. A foxtrot, a tango, or even a kazumba.
Bless you.
No, a kazumba. Sort of a mix between Argentine tango and salsa. You better start practicing then. Well, the way I saw you treading the seed beds, I think the monster mash is more your style.
I'll have you know I do the best baccator in the society.
Oh, it's very nice with chips.
Yo, shut up, you.
Boys, I can't have you fighting over me. Now, it's very kind of you both. And yes, I would love to go to the dance, but I can only choose one of you bastards.
She has a lovely way of putting it.
Ah, you're luring.
And you're both so sweet. I don't want to turn one of you down.
Oh, well, hard luck, Eric. Do the decent thing and retract your application.
No, I have an idea. A friendly competition between you, as long as you promise not to fall out over me.
No, we go back too far to fall out. But what sort of competition?
Well, here, I have a couple of packets of cucurbito, purple, badger cross seeds. Now, you set about growing them and I'll judge the winner with best fruit. Promise you'll behave like gentlemen and this will be a fair duel.
Aye, well, sounds fair enough to me.
Absolutely. Decided by a game of squash, eh?
Oh, God, what have I started?
Aye, and the loser gets to ask Greasy Gloria to the dance as a second prize.
Who?
Oh, never mind. We better get started as we have some seed to spread.
Boys, behave.
Yes, miss.
Yes, miss. There you go. I've even washed out your favourite mug.
Oh, Tar, I don't know why your tea always tastes better than mine.
It's the latter. And probably 20 years of accumulated lime scale and kettles help. And I use proper Yorkshire tea bags, none of those cheap ones that you use.
Oh, happen as may, you're right. Though picking tea bags is quite tricky these days. There's so many types to choose from. I tried a tea bag called Boquet Garni the other day. It tasted awful.
That'll teach you to try the foreign stuff. Proper English tea is what you need. And what you don't drink is good for plants. You should see how my badger cross is coming on.
Oh, don't go on about that. I'm not feeling very confident about mine. I tried that magic elixir that Clive Hardacre puts on his tomatoes. The damn thing's almost shriveled up. I think he didn't want to give away his top secret formula, so he just made something up. Do you know how difficult it is to get your hands on donkey urine around here?
I think he was making an ass out of you.
Yo, kick a man when he's down, why don't you?
Oh, well, listen, that's certainly not what I put on my green salad plants. But I do enjoy a cup of tea.
Ah, you do have a good show of salad leaves there, I'll agree. You're pretty good at growing them.
Well, it's not rocket science.
You don't normally grow that many, though. There's quite a few rows.
Well, it's this Brexit thing, isn't it? They say that lettuce will be in short supply.
I think it's just the tip of the iceberg.
Well, if it ain't the flower pot men, or should I say teapot men?
Morning, Lydia.
Well, if it isn't the lovely Edinburgh. Good morning, my dear.
Down, Tiger. You're not Anton de Beck yet. Judging Day is nearly here. And where do you two find the time to sit around drinking tea outside each other's sheds? I hardly ever seem to find you actually doing any work.
I will leave growing some plants now we can do to help. Apart from regular applications of donkey piss, that is, isn't it, Ted?
Oh, we get us work done early, love. We've got to make sure there's time for the important things in life, like tea drinking and listening to Test Match Special.
And dancing.
Aye, priorities.
Well, your plots do look in order, and do most of them round this place. It is a pleasure to work down here most days, except the one at the far end. It always looks so scruffy.
Which one's that then?
Well, the one with the big shed and the smaller plot of land. You know, the one that seems planted with the strangest looking herbs.
Oh, that's Willie Exercise pot. Oh, them's not herbs, there is botanicals.
Is what?
Botanicals. You see, that's no garden shed. That's the Allotment Association's distillery. And the botanicals are what he puts in his famous tripe gin.
Tripe gin?
Aye, finest in riding.
You two are having me on.
No, you'll be able to try some at Summerball.
Well, what's it taste like?
Awful.
I asked for that. I'm sure I have more sensible conversations with my vegetables than I do with some folks round here.
Oh, I'm sorry, love, but we try not to take things too seriously.
I wish everyone was like that. I was trying to ask old Archie Poskett what his secret to growing those prize-winning pumpkins of his was. He refused to tell me. Said it was a family recipe handed down through 10 generations and must remain confidential.
Yeah. There's no secret. All you have to do is go out in the morning and rotate the pumpkin 45 degrees clockwise.
Aye, but it's very important to go out in the evening and rotate your pumpkin 60 degrees anti-clockwise.
Why?
Because one goat deserves another.
Yeah, that's a great...
Oh, for goodness sake, I give up.
Anyway, to more important matters, Lydia. When are you going to put us out of us misery and tell us who you're choosing to take to Summer Ball?
All right, I can judge the plants now. And I promise whoever's the winner can take me to the ball.
Oh, great. So, what's the criteria for the winner?
Well, that's easy. I'm looking for the man with the biggest marrow.
Well, that settles that. They've made their choice, and it's Tainted Love.
I'm very fond of this Irish tea.
Oh, yes, it is nice, ma'am.
You must drink it all the time.
I'm sorry?
The tea, it's called Irish breakfast tea. I picked it up at the store yesterday.
Oh, well, there really isn't an Irish breakfast tea.
Oh?
It's probably just marketing, you know. I actually drink Barry's tea back home. Have you heard of it?
I think I might have seen it in the British section at the Stop and Shop. The scones came from a local bakery. Are they as good as the ones in Ireland?
Well, I actually eat soda bread with tea. I fancy, you know, spotted dog. Oh, that's soda bread with currants. I mean raisins.
Soda bread? They make bread out of Coca-Cola in Ireland.
Well, no, ma'am. I think they call it that because they use baking soda instead of yeast. That's how my mum used to make it.
Berries, tea, and soda bread. I need to remember that. So much to learn.
Oh, there's no need, ma'am. Oh, this tea's really nice. And so are the scones.
Good. Your resume is quite impressive. You went to school at Trinity College?
Yes.
Honors, I see.
Yes, ma'am. I plan to be a teacher someday.
Well, you do look smart.
Well, I try to dress nicely.
No, I mean intelligent.
Oh, well, thank you, ma'am.
How big is your family, Erin?
4 brothers and a sister. I'm the oldest of the lot,
And you take after your mother.
I guess.
Well, that's promising. Any madness in your family?
I'm sorry, what?
You know, uh, someone a little cuckoo, bats in the belfry.
No, ma'am, not at all. I mean, my Uncle Henry was a little eccentric. He was a quiet man, used to grow tomatoes in the garden. And when he got older, he claimed the tomatoes were actually Venetians, tiny aliens.
You mean from Venice?
Well, no, the planet Venus, actually. Henry wasn't really my uncle, more an adopted one, an old friend of my granddad. They used to spend time together in the pub.
Oh, the place Irish authors gather to get drunk and write poetry.
Well, I'd say their patronage is a little broader than that. Now, about the job,
Yes, yes, of course.
I've been a nanny for about a year now. I have a work visa and my references are all in order.
You love children.
Yes, I do.
Excellent. Can I ask you a few more questions then?
Of course, ma'am.
Okay. So we have ruled out madness, and you're sharp as a tack. Do you have any artistic gifts?
Gifts, ma'am?
Do you sing? Do you dance? I hear the Irish are very artistic people.
Well, not particularly, ma'am.
Not artistic?
Well, no more than the rest. I can sing a song or two to amuse a child.
You mean like tooraloo-ra-loo-ra, tooraloo-ra-lie?
No, probably more like in the name of love, once more in the name of love.
Do you drink?
Plenty of tea, ma'am.
Please call me Natalie.
Okay then. Natalie, about the job that you listed, the agency said that you were eager to find a nanny, and I'm available for a new posting. But I have to say, I don't see any signs of children around here.
Yes, we don't have any yet.
Oh, you're preggers then?
What?
I'm sorry. I mean, you're expecting. Well, that would explain it. You want to be prepared ahead of time.
No, I'm not pregnant. Steve and I would like to start a family, but not in a conventional way.
Oh?
I mean, the sex is good. It's always good. But being pregnant, morning sickness, hormones, bleeding gums, gaining weight, not to mention the delivery, I'm not sure if I want to go through all that.
So you're adopting then?
No, never really know what you're getting. Genetically speaking, of course. We want to be careful about that. So we came up with a different idea.
Different idea?
Yes, we thought we'd find a surrogate.
A surrogate.
How would you like to have sex with my husband?
What?
I think you would be perfect. I've interviewed several candidates so far. You're clearly the best. I think Steve would like you.
Natalie, I applied for the position to watch your children, not to deliver them.
Of course, that's the beauty of our plan. Once the child arrives, you'll be its nanny, which should be easy for you since you're the natural mother anyway. It's perfect. Would you like some more tea?
This is simply madness. I'm sorry, ma'am. I mean, Natalie, it seems you need someone different for your task. Thank you very much for the tea and the hospitality. I need to go now.
No, no. Erin, please hear me out. It's not madness. It's more like, well, desperation. I can't lose Steve. And I will lose Steve if he doesn't have a baby, preferably a son. Do you think you could have a boy? Your mother certainly did.
It doesn't work like that, Natalie.
You're healthy. You're normal. You even seem a little feisty. I like that. Steve and I are willing to pay you a lot of money to carry our child, and. Mhm. Oh, I understand. You're a virgin. You're Catholic, and giving birth out of wedlock would be a mortal sin. I should have considered this when I started interviewing Irish candidates.
I am not a virgin, Natalie. I haven't seen a priest in years. I'm just a simple working girl.
Oh,
It's the 21st century, Natalie. Being Irish doesn't condemn me to live in the Middle Ages. Ireland is a progressive modern country with high tech companies and financial services and a high GNP. We have cell phones and computers and the internet. We can even have abortions. We're not all living in bucolic little towns participating in community brawls like in The Quiet Man.
you mean you have John Wayne movies in Ireland?
I should have mentioned that we have Netflix too.
I'm sorry, Erin. Maybe my view of Ireland is a little too romantic.
It's a bit stereotypical. Natalie, I'm a person. I have my flaws and I have my strengths. But at the end of the day, I'm more like you than any caricature that you have in your head about what someone from Ireland is supposed to be like. It would be a lot easier for both of us if you just view me as I am and not from a mouth.
I think you have very nice teeth. I noticed that right away.
I mean, my accent.
I see. I have been a bit unfair. I'm sorry. I really am. I'm just trying to make the right decision. And that's so hard, especially when you don't really know the person.
Well, maybe you just need to trust your instincts then. My psychology professor said your brain can sum up a person in about 5 seconds, a prehistoric safeguard to help us react quickly to danger.
Really? And what did those 5 seconds say about me?
I think you're a little muddle headed, but there's nothing mean behind it. You do seem to have a good heart.
I like you, too. How did you manage to get here, anyways?
Oh, I just followed the directions you sent me.
No, I mean, how did you end up in America?
Oh, I came with my boyfriend. Then he started cheating on me. So I found myself 3,000 miles from home without a job. And then friends suggested that I might make do as a nanny. Seemed like easy work, especially after managing my brothers and sisters all these years. It pays the bills for now.
It's all about the money, then.
Well, I guess. I have to eat.
I understand. I'll tell you a little secret. I haven't always been the sophisticated woman sitting before you.
Really? I find that hard to believe.
No, I used to spend my days just dreaming about John Bon Jovi while lying in the beach. Barely got out of high school. Steve saved me from my humble origins, helped me grow as a person. I want to show him how much I love him in return.
By paying someone else to have sex with them.
Precisely.
Are you even ready to take on the responsibility of being a mother?
Yes, especially if I can count on someone like you to help me.
Frankly, I don't know anything about becoming a mother either.
We will learn together.
Like learning a little bit more about the real Ireland.
Or even life in general. I'm looking forward to becoming your first student.
I might actually like that.
By the way, have I shown you a picture of Steve?
Oh, actually, no.
I have a few on my phone.
Are these really his abs? What not Photoshop?
Yes, he does 100 sit-ups every morning. He's very diligent about staying in shape. You can bounce a penny off his butt.
And this photo with the Speedo, it doesn't really leave much to the imagination, does it?
I think that's my favorite one.
I might be warming to the idea. How much did you say you'd pay me again?
I'm thinking around 50,000 plus a monthly allowance for expenses like maternity clothes and doctor's visits, stuff like that.
I see. Natalie, I think I may be ready for another cup of Irish breakfast tea.
Hi, my name is Perseus, and I'm a character in an Olympic computer video game set in ancient Greece. Here, the local fishing village has been terrorized by a badass sea monster. Out of desperation, the villagers have offered the Princess Andromeda as a sacrifice to this creature. Indeed, they have chained Andromeda onto a large rock on the beach. My mission is to slay the monster and marry the princess. It sounds easy, but as someone who has played this game thousands of times, I could tell you that it's extremely difficult. For a start, the sea monster is hard as nails. I lost arms and legs fighting this beast, and in one game, he even bit off my head. A bastard. And even when I do slay the creature, the game can be far from over. Only last Tuesday, I was having a victory dance after decapitating the bugger when the great environmentalist Sir David Attenborough showed up on the beach. I think he was about halfway through his speech about not killing endangered sea monsters when I stabbed him. Then Andromeda flipped out and wanted nothing to do with me. Oh, Andromeda. Through playing this game, I've learned not to take her feelings for granted. Many a time I've rescued her to find out that she was pledged to another, a devout lesbian, or just didn't fancy me. I kid you not. Once after saving her skin, she started to blather on about feminism, patriarchy, and why no woman should be chained to a rock. I didn't want to hear it, so I left her there in the sand. But it gave me an idea. The very next time I played the game, the first thing that I did was to set Andromeda free. I got right out of her way so she could give the sea monster a piece of her mind. Poor creature had no chance, and he topped himself because he couldn't take it anymore. After that, I found Andromeda to be more amenable to talk to. We have a lot in common. It just so happens that we're both into fly fishing and origami. Who would have thought it? Now, if there's one thing that I've learned through playing this game, it's that women are easier to talk to when they're not chained to rocks. So maybe the feminists were right all along.
You? What are you lurking here for? It's freezing.
Try to keep warm.
Oh, well, why aren't you in the waiting room? I mean, like I said, it's fucking freezing out here.
I can't. We can't. Ma's funeral isn't till 1 and there's another family lined up for us. We have to wait outside.
1 o'clock? You mean we've got the wrong time? And we're the only ones that have got it wrong? Oh, what a fecking cock up.
Looks like it. We can wait in your car, can't we?
Came by train, got a taxi from the station.
Oh.
Well, we can wait in yours. Have you still got that funny little Peugeot?
I don't drive anymore.
Oh. It was always on its last legs anyway. We might as well walk to keep warm. You've gone grey.
You're wider.
It's this coat. It's got so much of that feckin' quilting in it. Makes me look like a Michelin man. Cosy though. What you need in this weather.
That's the most we've said to each other in, what, 10 years? 12?
15.
That long?
Tempest does tend to feckin' fuge it, Edie. Look at us. We're old ladies now.
We're not old. We're seasoned, like wood.
Is that Mars brooch you've got there? It's our amethyst, isn't it? Helped yourself already, I see.
She gave it to me, Margaret.
Yeah, right. Bet she did. You were always our feckin' favourite.
No, I wasn't. It was Jimmy. Jimmy was always her darling boy. He was the apple of her eye. Not me. Not you. Jimmy.
That's it. Jimmy. He set us up. He told us to be here feckin' hours early.
Why?
Isn't it obvious?
Oh, I see. He wants to give us time to make up, to heal wounds.
Who does he think he is? A bloody saint? Just wait till I get my hands on him. I'll feckin' well throttle him, I swear I will.
It's Ma's funeral, Margaret.
So? One more death won't make much difference. 2 for the price of 1.
You can't be serious, Margaret.
Of course I'm not serious. Have you seen the size of Eddie's neck? I'd never get my hands round it. You see how much weight he's put on? His neck's like a tree trunk. If I was going to feckin' kill him, I'd have to use a weapon of some sort. Now, that's not the kind of thing you bring to a funeral. What's that buzzing?
Oh, that's my phone. I thought I turned it off.
I left mine at home as a mark of respect to Ma. She never liked those things. Besides, I like to keep funerals pure, no fancy technology interfering.
Hello?
Except for the
No,
furnace,
I
of
can't
course.
hear
Who is it anyway?
It's Jimmy.
Jimmy? What's he doing at the end of the
One
phone?
second.
Why isn't he here, for feck's sake?
Margaret, don't. I just want to hear what Jimmy's saying. What? Oh no. Really? I'm so...
Oh, here, let me talk to him. Why has he set us up like this?
No, Margaret, don't. Jimmy says he doesn't want to talk to you if you're going to be all riled up. No,
I'm not riled up.
And he says he thought it would be good if we had some time on our own, just the 2 of us, before the rest of the family arrives. Give us time to bury the hatchet.
Ha! That's it! That's That's the weapon. I'll bury that hatchet in his feckin' head, I will.
Bye, Jimmy.
Well, what did he say? When's he getting here?
Margaret, he...
Come on, Edie, spit it out.
His flight's been cancelled. He says there's nothing he can do about it. He'll be lucky to make it to the do after the funeral. And he told us that we can take care of things.
What? You mean he's not even going to be here for Ma's funeral? How could he? How can he do this to us, to Ma?
It's not really his fault, Margaret. He said he was really sorry.
I bet he was. Well, I only hope Ma is looking down on all of this and seeing for herself how her favourite son, the apple of her eye, behaves himself at her departure. What a mess!
And Margaret, there's something else.
What now? Oh, come on, Edie. Oh, I know. You think we won't be able to handle this without precious Jimmy here. Well, be in no doubt, Edie, that we will manage without him. It's not as though he's giving the eulogy or anything. His father Simmons is seeing to that.
It's not that, Margaret. I really need to go to the toilet.
You what?
I need to use the ladies. It's been a long morning and it's cold and I had actually want to go for tea this morning.
Well, go and use the facilities in the waiting room then. They must have a toilet in there. Go on, you're a fully grown woman now, Edie. You don't need me to come with you.
I can't, Margaret. The waiting room is full of the family of the funeral performers. I've seen today's schedule. It's for a girl of 6. She died of brain cancer. I just can't bring myself to intrude on their grief.
Oh, well, you're not intruding, Edie. You just said to spend a penny, in and out like a flash. Go on, before I frog march you in there.
Oh no, please don't do that, Margaret, please.
Well, you just have to hold on, Edie. Keep your legs crossed.
I can't wait, Margaret. I really need to go. I can't bear the thought of embarrassing myself at Ma's funeral.
Really, Edie, I think you must be 6 years old yourself. There must be somewhere else to go to use the facilities.
We're in the middle of nowhere. It's hopeless.
Look, get down behind that rose bush. No one will see you if you're quick. Come on, hurry up.
It's not decent. I'll be seen.
Edie, there's no one about. This is a crematorium, not the high street and the January sales. You haven't got any fancy underwear on, have you? Nothing complicated in the undercarriage department.
I'm dressed for a funeral, Margaret, courtesy of Damart Thermals. You will stand guard, won't you, in case somebody comes?
No one will get past me, Edie. This takes me back, Edie. All those times I used to stand guard for you when you were caught short. The places you had to wee in. I never knew anyone with such a small bladder capacity as you, Edie. One slurp of a jumbly and we were off in search of a loo. All done?
Yes, thank you, Margaret. And thank you for being my sister. You always did look after me.
Oh, there you are, Edie. That's what big sisters are for. Makes you wonder why you had to go and spoil things. We might never have fallen out.
What do you mean, Margaret? I didn't do anything to spoil things. Well, I'm sure I didn't.
Jimmy told me all about it. The money you stole from Ma's purse and how you wouldn't own up to it. Must have broken Ma's heart. And I couldn't bear to think of her so overcome. Jimmy said you'd been a little light-fingered of late and that had been the last straw.
I didn't take anything, Margaret. I wouldn't. You know I wouldn't do a thing like that.
But Jimmy told me. He said he'd seen you and he had to tell Ma. I wish I'd been at home. I could have kept an eye on you. Put a stop to any light-fingered business. How could you steal from Ma? From her purse?
Margaret, you weren't there. It was Jimmy who stole the money and Ma caught him and forgave him. That's what happens to favourites. They are adored and forgiven, no matter what they do.
It was Jimmy. After all this time? Oh, Edie, now you tell me. Now.
I thought you guessed. And us not talking to each other just got to be how things were. A habit that was hard to break apart. But we've broken it now, haven't we?
I guess we have, yeah. Shall we get this funeral underway then, Edie?
I feel much better now. Better be careful how much tea I drink at the do afterwards. It's a long bus ride home.
And when we see Jimmy again, we can both fucking well kill him.
With a hatchet.
Oh yeah, with a blimmin' huge hatchet.
Steen, isn't it about time you were getting off home?
Oh, well, I've almost emptied this bag and there's just 2 more to go.
You've been here since 9 o'clock. I get paid to work all hours, but you don't.
I don't want to be sit at home doing nothing. I think you say we got another delivery due of bags tomorrow.
Yes, but it doesn't mean you've got to do more than your fair share of sorting.
Well, we've had some good stuff in this week, including a couple of things that look as if they're antiques.
Yes, that's a good thing about lockdown, isn't it? It gives a chance for everybody to clear out their cupboards and drawers. And it is a shame we can't get through all these donations.
Someone came in early with a load of videotapes and was most offended when I said I couldn't take them. Oh, some people think a charity shop's a dumping ground for all kinds of rubbish. Amy, can I ask you something?
Yes, of course.
It's about Becky. I'm worried about her.
She seems to have settled in okay. It's nice to have some young faces about the place.
Instead of old dears like me, you mean?
No, I didn't mean that. You know what I mean. You're a real treasure. No, I mean, we have customers of all ages, really, and it's just good to have a staff mix that reflects that.
Well, it can't be easy for her being on her own and her family so far away. Well, I'd like to help her out in some way.
Well, that's very kind of you, Christine, but she can always come to me if she has any problems.
Oh, on account of her being nearer to your age than mine.
Oh, it's not an age thing. It's more to do with being comfortable in confiding in someone.
Oh, I'm perfectly capable of keeping my mouth shut if I have to.
Yes, I know. I'm sure you are. I'm sure that's the case. But it's more about when and where to have those conversations.
Well, Becky and I often have heart-to-heart when we're bag sorting. It reminds me so much of my kid when she was that age. Oh, she was very understanding when I told her about losing my Ted.
Yes, it was a difficult time for you.
It's one of the reasons I offered to help here. It was when I was emptying the wardrobe and drawers of all his clothes that I got the idea. Oh, every time I see a tweed jacket, I think of him.
Yeah, you and Becky have been good for each other, actually.
And she got very emotional when I gave her a birthday present.
Oh, I didn't know you did that.
Oh, well, you were on holiday, I think. Oh, I don't think Becky's ever been abroad. I was telling her about the driving holidays me and Ted had in France. She said that she'd love to do that, but she doesn't have a passport.
Some of our regulars have never been out the county, let alone the country.
It's only when you see people who don't have what you've got, you really think how lucky you are. My Ted made sure I had all I needed.
Yes, you were lucky to find what you wanted in a man. Some of us are still looking.
Oh dear. I haven't upset you too, have I?
No, you couldn't upset me, Christine. Who else have you upset?
Well, actually, it's Becky.
In what way?
I think it was because I offered to pay a grocery bill.
Was she offended?
She shouted at me, so I suppose she must have been. She said she was going down to the food bank and I thought it'd help her out. Well, did you know she was using the food bank?
Well, it wouldn't be appropriate to discuss Becky's personal circumstances.
It must be a struggle for anyone on benefits at any time of year, but coming up to Christmas, it must be even worse.
Yes, well, I'm sure Becky would have been very grateful for your kind gestures, but
She certainly did a good job of hiding it. I felt quite embarrassed having made the offer. It's not that I can't afford to do it.
no, I know you're a very generous person, Christine, but pride can get in the way of someone, accepting help sometimes. I'm sure being supportive in other ways would be just equally as welcome.
I've got a spare room. She could move in with me. That'd cut down her overheads.
It isn't as simple as that, though, is it?
It seems simple enough to me. I've got a big house and she's in a rented flat. She can pay me a little something for a key, but it wouldn't amount to as much as it's costing her now.
Oh, Christine, can't you see that's exactly what she doesn't want?
I haven't spoken to her about it yet.
And I'd strongly suggest that you don't mention it to her, just in case. I mean, it might result in her cutting you off.
Oh, she wouldn't do that, would she?
She just might.
Oh, well, I wouldn't want that. I'd miss her terribly.
Well, in which case I would urge that you resist from any further offers of financial assistance and just step back a little bit, just for the time being.
You really think so?
Yes, I do. I know it'll be hard, but that's what I think you should do.
But she still needs help.
Well, I'll talk to her.
Oh, and you won't say that I'm...
No, I won't. We're due for a catch-up chat anyway, and I'll see if she's prepared to confide in me.
Oh, well, I hope she is.
Yes, so do I. But if she's not, there's nothing really much any of us can do about it.
Oh. It's happening again.
Sorry?
It's history, repeating itself.
I'm sorry, Christine. I'm not with you.
It's what drove Kate away.
What, your daughter? What do you mean, drove her away? She followed her boyfriend back to Australia, didn't she?
Oh, that's what she said, yes, but I think it was more about being as far away from me as you could get.
I'm sure that's not true. You've always spoken so positively about her. It's a shame we didn't get to meet her when she came over last year.
Oh, she's got friends all over Europe. Spends most of her time with them.
Well, it's a long way to come, isn't it? I mean, it must be difficult trying to see everyone. But she was with you for a week, wasn't she?
1 week out of 6 isn't long, is it?
Well, I could never see the positive side of my mum wanting to know where I was all the time. It was only when I lost her to someone else, her new husband, that I began to realise that I missed her always being there.
I miss Kate so much.
Well, have you told her that?
Oh, she's far too busy with a career to be bothered about me.
Well, what about all those Skype calls you have?
Oh, it's Zoom now.
Yes, that's it, yes. Well, there you are then. I mean, hearing someone on the phone is one thing, but being able to see them at the same time is much better.
Not when the lips aren't in sync with what they're saying. You're still on mute, Mum. It's a favourite phrase these days.
Yes, it's probably the same for a lot of families too, yeah. Do you think that's why you're feeling particularly protective towards Becky?
Overly protective, you mean?
Well, what do you think?
I suppose I am, but it's done with the best of intentions.
I know it is, Christine, I know. And I'm sure she's appreciative of you being there when she needs someone to talk to, but...
Well, yes, I hear what you're saying, and I'll try to take a step back
Thank you. Look, why don't you call it a day? You must be getting very tired.
Oh, well, my legs have been crying out for me bum to take the strain, that's for sure.
I was looking for something light-hearted to report to the next shop managers meeting, and I think that will do nicely. Christine, what a gem you are.
Oh.
This is perfect.
Oh, we deserve a holiday.
You surprised me.
Why?
I didn't think you liked going to the beach.
Oh, what made you think that?
You don't know how to swim.
Oh, I promised you a big surprise.
Oh? You learned how to swim?
No, silly.
You bought me a birthday present.
Oh, is it your birthday today? No, I bought a sexy swimsuit.
Why aren't you wearing it?
I'm not going to ruin it.
I picked up a bag of Cornish pasties.
Oh, you're so inconsiderate.
Thought you loved eating them.
I need to keep my shapely figure.
Noticed?
The only thing that gets your attention is saving money.
What did I do wrong now?
Oh, let me think a moment. Could it be we're not staying in a luxury hotel suite? You couldn't part with a few quid so we could have a nice room with an ensuite.
You're sitting on an expensive rented deck chair.
Oh, you're expecting me to use a portaloo.
Now, see here, Daphne. I went out of my way to tell the guy we wanted a luxury portaloo.
You paid extra for a blue one to match the ocean, right?
No, that would be stupid. I've got extra roll of toilet paper, a rack of magazines, and this was even a little bit more quid, but well worth it, I think. A battery-operated CD player with the new song "You Gotta Go" by that new group from America.
Yoo-hoo! Hey, you guys!
Well, what do you know?
What an unbelievable coincidence.
Did you invite her?
I was thinking you did.
Hello. Look at us. At a beautiful beach, a holiday trip. I bet you never thought I'd be here with you.
Later, you never disappoint.
How could I, sweetie? You both mean such a lot to me. Where are you staying?
Did you see the blue portaloo?
I didn't think they allowed those things on this beautiful beach.
Well, they don't usually, but...
We're staying in that beach hut over there. I should say luxury portaloo with extra toilet paper, magazines and...
There you go again, Daphne, putting me down for the least little thing.
Oh, you're so cute when you get angry.
I'm telling you, Lol, she's driving me crazy.
Oh, you're looking really sexy today, Daphne.
Oh, you say the sweetest things, Lolita.
Why don't you talk nice to me?
Oh, sweetie, you're the best. No other husband would have thought of getting a luxury portaloo and a beach hut instead of staying in a 5-star hotel. It's going to be so romantic, sleeping on hard sand with no mattress or pillow. Only you, my dear, could think of that.
I'm pregnant.
What?
Who did this to you?
Oh, I'd imagine it was that little stork.
Are you sure? I mean, do you know who did it? I mean, who is the father? I mean, maybe you shouldn't say. Yes, you probably shouldn't say.
I want to know.
What can I say, sweetie? I am irresistible. I can turn on anybody at any time.
I think we should drop the subject.
Oh, you're such a real man. Strong, sexy, and intelligent.
Is something going on between you and Gerald?
Well, I can't control the male urges.
Are you sure you're pregnant?
Sure.
Is it you? Are you the one who made her pregnant?
Oh no, darling, don't get upset. A man, any man, they can't resist me. He came over to fix my plumbing, and I fixed
She's
his.
a witch.
I'm not. I'm a voluptuous, sexy, irresistible to men.
You see, I didn't have a chance. She made me do it.
When did this happen?
Well, I don't keep a diary. Gerald, would you say we played around 4 or 5 times a
It wasn't
week?
that many times.
Well, what difference does it make? I want a divorce.
Oh, don't overreact,
You can't ask for a
darling.
divorce.
Why not? You slept with our neighbour. You made her pregnant.
Oh, no, no, no. Gerald didn't get me
He
pregnant.
cheated on me.
You were with another man?
Oh, darling, I'm with lots of men.
What about me?
Oh, you're different, darling. I love
What the
you.
hell's going on here?
This is not about you, Gerald. We're getting a divorce. I'm talking to Lolita, so shut up.
We can't get a divorce. I got the honeymoon special discount.
You're worried about a special discount for a beach hut and Portaloo. My God, I'm going to take her to the cleaners. You won't have even enough money to buy a Cornish pasty ever again.
Oh, you're being awfully harsh, dear.
I want to know why you cheated on me.
What? You in Lolita?
Yes, you fool. She's my lover.
What the?
I'm up for some Cornish ice cream.
Oh, how could you, Lolita?
I just like it.
Can you please hold off and don't talk about divorce until we get back home? I just don't want to lose the honeymoon discount.
I'm not sleeping in that beach hut. I'm not going to do my business in that Portaloo. Don't care how many magazines it has. Did you get the new issue of Hello? I want to read about Harry and Meghan.
Oh, I think you're getting too much sun, darling.
Are you sure I'm not the father?
Oh, you're so cute.
I can't believe you cheated on me.
It's not my fault. She's a vamp.
I'm not talking to you, Gerald. Why, Lolita? Why?
Tainted love, my darling. Tainted love. Let's go and get the Cornish ice cream before they run out of it.
Blast it all. Why is she always late? Oh, she's been having trouble with her cauldron lately.
She's been having trouble with her cauldron since 1986.
I told her to get a new one.
Did she listen? No.
Oh, she said she looked, but the new ones all had to be plugged in and that she didn't need anything with Bluetooth.
Hello?
So,
Can you hear me?
Well, it's about bloody time.
My cauldron's been acting up.
Yaga, this is intolerable.
it really is. We're in the final stages and timing is very important.
I'm sure it'll...
Maybe we should just try and do this without her.
Hello? Hello? Oh, I'm so sorry. I really don't know why this is happening. Ever since I let Daphne use it, I really need a new one.
How is little Daphne these days? What is she now, 10?
Oh no, she's 13 and everything is a drama. Oh, you know how it is. Last week she got a pin.
Congratulations.
Oh dear.
Oh, and you think the world had come to a shattering end. Oh, I told her perfectly fine for a witch to have a few pimples, but she never listens.
Anyway, we're already behind, so can we just get down to business, please? Yaga Mama, last week you said you had a plan to get Roger and Gary into the cage.
Did I say that?
That's it. Why can you not remember a single thing that...
Now, just listen here for...
Oh, you're not going to believe this, but now my audio's gone. Can you the two of you just slow down a bit and... Goffany? Ethanora? I can't hear a word you're saying.
It wasn't you, Yaga.
Oh, good, I got you back. Oh, what was that?
It wasn't you.
Anyway, I remembered about the cage. Yes, I can definitely get them in there, but the problem is how to keep score.
This isn't a sport, Yaga. No one gets points. We just want them to suffer for what they did.
Ideally all men, but I suppose we can just make a start with our exes.
Hell, I think she's frozen again.
Scorpions from killing each other before we get the men into the cages.
That's why we keep them in the glass bottles, Yaga.
Oh dear.
Now what?
We've got milk jugs.
So?
Well, we'll never get the men in there. They're way too small. They're milk jugs, I mean.
No. The scorpions go in the bottles and the men go in the cage.
Oh, good. Then the bottles will be just fine.
This was supposed to be the perfect Valentine's Day, and she is just ruining it.
It'll be fine. Just relax. Now, I was able to arrange a getaway vehicle for you, Ethanora. You said you wanted something fast.
Oh, I hope you got her a cow.
No, I got a... What? No, why would I get her a cow?
Saki? Oh, they so bitchin'.
No one says anymore, Yaga. No one.
Oh, my Aunt Lily used to ride a hog. Me and my sisters, we used to go out.
Enough. Just stop. Just enough.
Just enough what? Well, anyway.
You know, I think...
And that is why, to this day, no one in the family will eat pork.
Thanks.
Oh, you're welcome. You know, I got lots of family stories like that.
Later,
Yes, Sam, but some are from the early days too, back when we all had those things that...
Anyway, when can you get the glass jugs to me? The scorpions are going to be delivered on the 8th. Can you get them to me before then?
We get a milk delivery on the 6th.
I think that'll be enough time.
There's one part of this plan I don't quite get.
Oh, God.
What's that, Yaga?
Wendy Tuna Sifi learned less.
Excuse me?
I think our audio's gone again.
No, it's a little acronym I put together so I'd remember. It's short for when do we tune in to see if they've learned their lesson? Yeah. Wendy Tuna Sifi learned the lesson. Oh, and it's fun to say. Go on, try it.
I really can't.
Oh, Ethanora, you try it.
We don't.
Oh, go on. It takes a bit of practice, but you'll get it.
We don't check in on them. We leave them in the cage.
But who will bring them food and water?
No one. They can eat the scorpions or each other.
Oh, that sounds pretty awful.
That's why we're doing it on Valentine's Day.
To make it cheery?
No, to make them miserable and hurt like they did to us.
Oh, my grandmother used to make soup.
Oh, God, she froze again.
Oh, can't we just leave her like that?
She isn't that bad.
She's a raving bubblehead.
Yes, but still, she's better than Gary.
Maybe we should try that.
We didn't hear anything after you said soap.
Oh, there wasn't anything, that was it. My grandmother used to make soap. Scented soap, if you must know. Can we try that for our next project?
Whatever.
Oh, Daphne, love, we're going to do soap after Valentine's Day. Do you want... You do? Oh, that's wonderful. No, love, soap. With an S, not a D. Oh. Well, just the three of us, looks like.
Right, well, I'm shutting off.
Oh, where are you going?
To order more scorpions.
Oh, but we've got plenty for Roger and Gary.
Oh, yes. I knows it, I do.
Couples get into a pattern, don't we? A symphonic score in C major. Beats measured by an invisible marital metronome, managing the assurance of a lovely, steady, predictable pace. A wedded waltz in 3/4 time. Then out of the blue, bam! Your husband clicks off the metronome, cancels life in C major, and replaces that simple symphony with a strident, frantic fugue. G minor, F augmented, and B flats all tumbled together in a cacophony of discordant notes.
I can no longer live with the boredom of sameness. It's like living my life to the constant drip, drip, drip of a leaky water tap. Eva is a slave to sameness, steady on the course. Monday supper is always sausage and mash. Wednesday is wash day. Friday it's fish and chip, and sex is saved for Saturday night. Marriage. Till death do us part. I'm dying every day on our one-way highway, a straight and narrow stretch through a changeless, sterile landscape. Our marriage needs an alternate route, out of the rigour of rigid ritual. I've hit that make it or break it moment. It's time for that big talk.
Night, Stephen tells me that our life together is lacking, that our marriage is tainted by tedium. We need to take a detour from our stagnant world, pull away from predictability, enter an adventure zone of the unknown, he says. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to change the choreography of our life. I'm stunned into silence by the salvo of his words. Escape to the sanctuary of our garden and let my tears out.
The talk didn't go well. Sometimes honest words can wound, but still need to be spoken. There's been no discussion. For days now, all Eva has given me is her unsettling silence. Her defense against my willful derailment of the sonata that has always been the syncopated rhythm of our lives. Sometimes you can pay a steep price for honesty. But now the ball is in her court. We have a choice. Change the game or forfeit our future.
I'm guilty. I am a creature of habit, schooled by my mother's marriage template of how to keep a husband happy. It works for her. It hasn't worked for me. A seismic shift. That's what Stephen wants. Crescendo, forte, allegro. Yes. That's what Stephen wants. For days his words have echoed through my head. His aggrieved accounting of what I lack as a wife, reverberating on replay in a continuous loop. But today something changed. I had a reckoning with reality. An illumination, like airport runway lights, just lit my way to a long overdue epiphany. Stephen is right. I do need to reset the music of my soul. And I can't wait to thank him for being the catalyst for me to alter my flight path. Yes, I have made a decision, a seismic shift. I am now ready for change. I am on the runway, prepared for liftoff into the wild blue yonder. One thing I know, Stephen will be surprised to learn that I will be flying solo.